Hello again. I didn't intend to make so many videos today, but I just had to show you the update on the gold in the previous video. I'd done a real-time reversal video of how I consider when to take a end-of-day reversal and a retracement to this hourly 8 MA, the 96 here on the 5. And you know, what can I say really? Yeah, I just had to take a trade, and believe it or not, that tiny little move on this 5-minute chart is 29 pips net of spread, 6 times my daily requirement. I think I might have to amend my daily requirement and work out what I want to spend the extra money on, I guess. But for the purpose of this video, it did exactly what I had hoped it might do, which was smack that hourly 8. In fact, what it did do actually was go and use that S2 pivot as support, as resistance. It's busted through that H1 high that I drew on there. It's busted through the M30 high, and that was my target. And that's a good thing. I mentioned that these are levels of resistance in an up move, and they're levels of support in a down move. And the way I visualize them is they are targets because they are levels that need to be broken. That's my process. So the M5 has to be broken to get to M15. The M15 has to be broken and closed above, and there's the M15 there. Notice how it's used it as support. It breaks it, comes back. There's the little pullback bar on the RSI. You could have waited till the cross of the 20 there and entered. As you can see, then the price didn't look back for another, well, if you'd waited for that the high of that 15-minute bar there, then you would have had a oh wait a minute, there, the close is better actually. Then you would have had a 248 pip move roughly. What can I say really? You know, this is what I've done for the last well, it's the culmination of 15 years work. This isn't what my mentor taught me, this precise candlestick analysis. This is self-taught. And you know, I've only found the RSI recently and absolutely love it. The histo, I mean, I've known about RSI for forever and a day, but this histo I think is brilliant. And that's it, guys. No, it just does, it works how I hope it would work. You know, there's the break of the H1 now, high, sorry, M30, this is an M30 chart, and you can see the high of the H1 has actually currently repelled price, so this could do anything. But my thoughts were, you know, I made that video before about the madness of these moves and why on earth is gold falling when all the markets are falling as well. It looks like this is a massive bear trap, if you like. They're getting everyone in shorts for whatever reason, or they're taking out all the longs and the stops that everyone has created in this big move up on the H4 chart, and they are just now possibly likely to have a go to the north side. So it will be really interesting to see what happens. We can use the exact same process we used on the 5-minute chart, i.e. divergence and change of colour here. We know we're at massive support here. So you know, don't the disclaimer I should urge you to take on board is that you must not base trades on any of my analysis here. It is just that analysis, and I'm trying to show you how I view the charts, and possibly if you can take anything on board that helps your trading, then I'm very pleased about that. But we can clearly see there's still massive support below us on this daily chart. There's no reason, and here's old resistance broken, so it still stands. Resistance, once broken, should be tested as support, and it hasn't been properly tested. Nothing like tested, and we're talking about swing. We're not just talking about this little business here. A proper push up and a push down, and then it should go into the meat of this area, if you like. So that's what I talk about when I talk about price pivot zones. It could easily go as far as this. Not quite that far, but you can see the point I'm trying to make. It could go down to the bottom of there, or further, I suppose. But that's where I would have potential areas of consideration of a test before this potentially continuing up to this level. Now this has all been made pre the current coronavirus epidemic, as it were, or pandemic. So it sort of gives a possibility of the rules being broken. So that's not to say that we can't play the rules on the lower time frames. They tend to get but these long time frames now, these areas might not necessarily attract the price anything like they would have done had it not been an epidemic. Personally, I think they will potentially continue north at some stage, but this is a monthly chart. Anything can happen on between now and whenever. So keep drawing these ascending and descending trend lines as price moves up. Low, high, high, low, high, high. It's pulled back, it's broken that high, so that for me is a valid touch point, as it were. So then if we go down to the lower time frames, we can now see where potentially the price will pop back to. Sorry about that. This line's going to mess me about, isn't it? Just tightening. I'm just tidying up that line, to be honest with you, tightening up to that level there. So there is every bit of potential that this might well get pushed down to this sort of level here. So not necessarily in a straight line, but it would have to. There's a shoulder, left hand shoulder, head, and potentially we could get another right hand shoulder, and then potentially move down. I don't trade that per se, but Digger One likes them a lot, and I can see he's a far better trader than I am, so why not add a little bit of his information into the mix. So there we are. That's the shoulder, that's the head. Potential to pull on up here and do its stuff, and then potentially catching all the bull traders, and then potentially crash it again. So interesting stuff, especially this gold chart. It's manic, but as I say, another 6 times my daily target today. So I'm a very happy, very, very, very happy bunny.